And now we got an article about Labour Party and about Gareth Southgate. More specifically about Labour Party comparing themselves to Gareth Southgate. Going Southgate. Gareth Southgate made extraordinary contribution to football. He molded an incredible team culture success. So if he had molded an incredible team, then he would have won the Euros, which they didn't. And it's because of him, because of his strategies, because of his tactics. They played a terrible football on Euros. Like, if they would win Euros, then I would be extremely pissed off, and the entire Europe would be pissed off, because pretty much every European except of English were rooting for the Spanish, because Spanish played beautiful football, attractive football, and the England was the polar opposite of it. Dull football, absolutely criminal football. They would score and they would just park the bus. And the only reason they got so far was because of their quality. Their squad is filled with talent, but they play such a boring, bland football. Disgraceful. That's disgraceful and that's criminal. And he should be persecuted by the High Council of Football. Lisa Nandy said it is not for her to say whether Southgate should consider his position. The new government will be far more like Gareth Southgate and far less like Michael Gove, the culture secretary has declared. I don't know who Michael Gove is, but far more like Gareth Southgate. So basically they will park the bus and do jack shit. Well, that's not going to be big of a change then. Well, they're gonna park the bus. Oh, they're gonna now explain us what they meant by. Lisa Nandy praised the England manager's extraordinary contribution to football and for bringing together a diverse team that mirrors modern Britain. What? What do you mean? Bro, all of them are English. They are representing England. What do you mean diverse team? All of them are humans, for God's sake. Like, do you see any extraterrestrial alien among them? No. All of them are humans, all of them are English, period. Oh yeah, she meant probably because they are of different origins or different skin pigment. Wow. That's actually something that any fucking sane coach would do. Like, Jurgen Klopp would bring them together and he would have much better results. Jose Mourinho would bring them together. Probably. Well, probably they would not like him because he would have been honest. Pep Guardiola would bring them together. That is such a brain-dead thing to say. Football coaches are there to unite the team. They are there to bring the team together and there to coach them. And bring out their absolute marks. I know good portion of the coaches are not capable of it. And somebody replied to me, so I'm gonna take a look. This is such a brain-dead thing to say. Like, this is coach's job to bring the people in the team together. And they say Southgate of all fucking people. This guy parks the bus. This is the worst comparison you could have given. Now the Britain will be even more depressed, even less enthusiastic. And they already are quite unenthusiastic about your government, even though you have not restarted. Her comments came as England's agonizing Euro 2024 final defeat by Spain sparked speculation over whether England's head coach will remain in his role. He should be fired. Miss Nandy, who attended the game in her new capacity, told Sky News that it is not for her to say whether Southgate should consider his position. No, it is. You should say he should be fired. But she showered him with praise for his leadership and positive impact on and off the pitch. Leadership, huh? He put Harry Kane in the starting 11. Harry Kane, who had a terrible Euros. If I didn't know better, he would actually have been actively trying to sabotage the England, so the meme about him not winning any finals would live on. Like, this felt like it. This unironically felt like it, because Harry Kane was playing like he was a CDM, like center defending midfielder. Sometimes even as a defending player, like a center defender. And not to say that they were parking the bus, that pisses me off even more. Not just the bus, they were parking the double-decker. Like there's parking the bus and there's the British parking the English parking the decker. I was like, that should be criminal for a team of this quality to just park the bus. But also to put together that incredible team of young footballers drawn from every community across the country who look and sound and feel like modern Britain. When the kids were turning on their TV sets last night across England, every single one of them will have been able to see themselves reflected in that team. And they can be part of their team if they work hard and if they improve themselves. That is something that should have been mentioned. And in doing so, he's told an inclusive story about the country that we can be in. Yeah, inclusive country that has problems with prison capacities and problem with knife crimes. Nice. Those kids will definitely be growing up in a very safe environment where they will be able to walk the streets without any fear for their harm, huh? Making clear Sir Keir Starmer's government wants to follow Southgate's example of inclusivity, she said. At times with the politics that we've had, it's felt very difficult for people to feel part of our national story, and it's firmly my intention that this government will be different. Will be far more Gareth Southgate and far less Michael Gove. That does not bring any confidence to me. And I'm not British. Like, that should be noted. I'm not British. And I don't feel confident at all. The era of division needs to end. I think this team and Gareth Southgate in particular has shown that the leadership we need in some very difficult times for this country. So we owe him an enormous debt, whatever he decides to do in the future. Just hire Jurgen Klopp. Just do it. Or somebody of that caliber. He said he doesn't want to coach on the club scene now. However, I think he would agree if you would propose in the English job, if you would allow him to do any changes he wishes, then I think he would bring the football home, unironically. Like, they do not need an English coach. That is stupid. Like, look at Slovakia. They had an Italian coach, I believe. And they got to the thing before quarterfinals, I forgot how you call it. They played against England and they almost kicked them out. Weren't it for Jude Bellingham's last minute goal? That was even after the extra time. If that did not happen, England would be gone. And I would have been much more happy because then probably someone like Austria or Netherlands would be in the finals and we would have gotten an exciting game. Well, it was a good game. It was a good game because of the Spanish. The Spanish put out a wonderful game and they well-deserved won the game. Miss Nandy also spoke about the need for far less heat and more light in the politics as she was asked about Donald Trump's attempted assassination this weekend. In particular, the culture secretary was pressed about the comments made by now Foreign Secretary David Turner about the former US president. She told Times Radio, "I've always been a proponent that politics needs far less heat and far more light indeed. And I think in Britain, as in the United States, over the last decade and a half, we've been through a very dark, divisive time." That is true, and there has been only escalations of those tensions, and it's not good for anyone. As I already said on Somatica before, that the increase of violence against politicians, including positions like mayors, have quite increased. It may have not been talked about much, however it is happening and it is very worrying and it is becoming quite harder and less attractive to be a politician. I don't want to really say attractive because I don't think politicians should be in an attractive position. You should have some sort of qualification to be able to be politician. However, in reality, anyone can be politician. The only thing you need to have is be a good speech maker and you're good to go. Give good speeches and you're good. You're Gucci. Or try hard and maybe you're gonna get that as well. But hey, being charismatic, it gives you like 90+% of the success unless you do like some king speech. Well, is going to come bite you back in the ass. We've seen inflammatory rhetoric becoming at times the norm in the Houses of Parliament, certainly at the height of Brexit. We saw accusations flying around, accusation that we were traitors, for example, flying from all sides, and it's no surprise that the language is repeated back to us on the street of Britain. I think what's happened with Donald Trump is disgraceful and horrifying. The Prime Minister was very pleased to speak to him yesterday to offer our sympathies and also to express condolences with the victims of that shooting, indeed. Quite short article, however, I was able to talk about it quite a bit. So, to come back, saying that they should be inspired by Gareth Southgate is simply silly. Coaches are here to bring the team together, to correct any sort of conflicts happening between players. That is the coach's job. The coach's job is to unite the team as well as coach the team to its absolute maximum. And to the absolute maximum did Gareth Southgate not bring the English team. If he would, then they would have won, and probably with ease, unironically.